Hi students, welcome to session 1 of Changes Around Us. Students, in today's session, we will discuss many examples of the changes that we see around us, and we will also discuss about the types of changes that takes place around us. So let us start with this session and learn about many things that occur or that changes takes place around us. So students, just imagine that what fun it would be if you suddenly get some magical powers to change anything around you. What are the things you would want to change? We do not have magical powers, of course, but we can still change a few things around us. Perhaps many things. So, I'm going to list a few things in which changes take place around us with no magic involved. And there are many changes too that are taking place around us on their own. So, let us start with this session and let us have a look at our introductory slide. Yes. Many changes take place around us on their own. For example, in the fields, the crops change from time to time. Sometimes leaves fall from trees, they change color and they dry out. Have you ever observed, have you ever noticed, students, that there is the change in the color of leaves in autumn season, and there is change in color in the leaves in spring season, in summer and winter season. So, it's like they change their color, leaves fall from the trees in the autumn season, and in spring season they blow, they grow, they do not dry out. So, there are many changes that take place around us. And there are many changes that take place around us on their own, and there are changes which we can do with no magic. For example, the flowers bloom and then they wither away. Our nails grow, our hair grows, we grow taller and our weight increases as we grow. Even the changes in weather, growth in living things, cooking of food, etc. are some of the common changes we see around us every day, or in weeks, or in days, or in months, or rather years. So, are any changes happening in our body? Yes. Our nails grow, our hair grows. These are the changes that happen in our body. Did you realize earlier that so many changes are taking place around you all the time? Can some of the changes be grouped together? How can we group various changes? It might help if we find some similarities between them. So students, with the passage of time, different forms of energy cause substances to undergo changes in their color, in their state, in taste and arrangement too. So, a change can be defined as an alteration in the physical and chemical properties of matter due to the effect of some kind of energy. And so we can say that changes take place continuously. Like we discussed as changes in weather, growth in living things, cooking of food. These are the changes, the common changes we see around us daily. Not growth in living things, but changes in weather and cooking of food. So you can just check it out, today's weather. Today's weather in which how much there is humidity and how much the temperature is, and you can observe it when you will see tomorrow. Tomorrow also there will be some change in the temperature. There will be some change in the humidity. So changes in weather also take place. So there are many changes that happen around us, like day changes into night, seasons change, trees shed leaves, flowers bloom, a chick turns into a hen, ice melts into water, and many more. So changes take place not just around us, but also within us. Like we grow from a baby to an adult, then we grow taller, even our weight increases. So there are many such examples, like ice can be changed back to water by melting, and the paperboard can be unfolded to get the sheet of paper. So these are some of the changes that cannot be reversed. On the other hand, the fruit cannot be changed back to flour, and the chapati cannot be changed back to dough. So these are the changes which cannot be reversed. And those are the changes, sorry, I told you that they can be reversed, but they cannot be reversed. Like sheet of paper, the paperboard which can be unfolded to get the sheet of paper, they can be reversed. The ice can be changed back to water by melting, it can be reversed. So let us learn about it. Let us learn something more about change. Yes. So students, what is meant by change? The transformation of one thing into another is called change. Like change in color. So every day we observe changes around us. The change of day and night, flowering of plants, ripening of fruits, rainfall, etc. Always remember that change is the transition of any substance from one form to another. So we can say that the transformation of one change or one thing into another one is called change. So we can consider that change has taken place if any of the following effects are seen, like change in color. A raw mango is green in color, but it changes to yellow on ripening. So fruit is ripe or not, it can be observed by its color. We can consider that the fruit is ripe or not by observing its color. So change in color is also considered as a change which takes place. Then change in physical state. Like if a container filled with water is kept in freezer, there will be a change in its physical state. Means after some hours this water will change or it will form ice. So it freezes to form ice. Like change in hardness. Batter of the cake is soft but it becomes hard when it is baked. Even change in size. Nails of our finger change in size. They are not always the same. The size is not always the same. Even the change in size can be observed when our hair grows, when our weight, when we put on or when we put off, means when we lose our weight. So change in size also takes place, and that is also considered as a change. Even change in shape, bud opens out into a flower, the moon changes in its shape, it appears largest on a full moon day and there is no moon sometimes. So this change in shape is also considered as a change. Then change in position. Hands of a clock change their position. So many changes happen around us. And changes take place not just around us, but also within us. So in the above examples, we studied about change in position, change in shape, change in size, change in physical properties, change in color, and change in hardness. So these all are considered as change that take place around us. Like we discussed, that some changes can be reversed, but some cannot be reversed. Like the fruit cannot be changed back into a flour, and the chapati cannot be changed back into dough. So let's learn about more examples by its types. So let us now discuss about types of changes. Yes, so here we are going to discuss about 6 types of changes that take place around us. And they are classified as natural and man-made changes, slow and fast changes, periodic and non-periodic changes, desirable and undesirable changes, reversible and irreversible changes, and last but not the least, physical and chemical changes. So in today's session we are going to discuss about these 4 changes: natural and man-made, slow and fast, periodic and non-periodic, and desirable and undesirable. And rest of them we will discuss in next session. So let us start with the first change. Yes, natural and man-made changes. So students, always remember that changes occur everywhere, every moment around us. Everything in the world is subject to change. So what are meant by natural and man-made changes? Yes, the changes which are brought about by nature or take place on their own are called natural changes. And what are man-made changes? Yes, changes which are brought about by man, that means by humans, are called man-made changes. So we can say that natural changes occur like changes of seasons, rainfall, turning of night into day or day into night, earthquakes, tornadoes, hurricanes are all natural changes. And these changes cannot be controlled by us, cannot be controlled by humans, human beings. And man-made changes are brought about by us, and that is why they are named as man-made changes. So these can be controlled by man, like cooking of food, burning fuel, cutting paper, etc. are all changes which are carried out by human beings. So these can be controlled by us. Yes. Second type of change which we are going to study is slow and fast changes. So there are some changes which are very slow. They may take hours, days, weeks or months to occur, or even years to occur. And there are some changes that take place so fast that it is difficult to measure the time taken by them. So there are some changes which are very slow, like milk sets into curd in 3 hours or even more than that. So approximately it takes 3 hours for getting or for obtaining curd from milk. Then one revolution of earth around the sun takes 1 year. A child grows into an adult in several years. It takes about 16 to 17 years for a child to grow into an adult. So these are some of the slow changes that take place around us and within us. And there are some changes that takes place so fast that it is difficult to measure, like bursting of balloon, breaking of glass. You might have noticed the bursting of balloon just takes seconds to burst. So it takes place so fast. Some changes take only a few seconds or a few minutes to occur, and that's why they are called as fast changes. Yes, the third type of change is periodic and non-periodic changes. So what are they? Yes, those changes which repeat themselves after regular intervals of time are called periodic changes. And changes which do not repeat themselves regularly are called non-periodic changes. So which are the periodic changes which repeat themselves after regular intervals of time? Yes, the examples of periodic changes are like formations of day and night, motion of a swing, movement of a pendulum. They are all examples of periodic changes or periodic motion. And the changes which do not repeat themselves regularly are natural disasters like floods, earthquakes, tsunamis, hurricanes. They are all non-periodic in nature. They do not have any specific time, or they do not repeat regularly by themselves. So these are periodic and non-periodic changes. Yes, there are other changes like desirable and undesirable changes. So what are they? Let us discuss about it. Yes, some changes are useful to us and we want them to take place, means we desire that this change should occur. So such changes are called desirable changes. And some changes are harmful to us and we don't want them to happen. And that is why they are termed as undesirable changes. Means we don't desire it to happen. So the changes which are desirable are like we want the plants to grow, the fruits to ripen, the wet clothes to dry in rainy season especially, and food to be cooked. So these are some of the desirable changes which we want, which are useful to us and we want them to take place. And there are some undesirable changes which are harmful to us and we don't want them to happen, like accidents, disasters, spoiling of food, etc. So some changes are desirable at some times but undesirable at other times. Like running of an air conditioner is desirable in summer season, but in winters it becomes undesirable. So changes that occur around us are broadly categorized, and we discussed some of them. So the rest of them we will discuss in the next session. So I hope that you enjoyed today's session and you enjoyed learning about changes around us. So these were some of the examples which we discussed. In the next session, we will discuss about more examples. Till then, keep enjoying. We'll meet in the next session. Bye-bye.